We have lots of agents here tonight that work with us. We have Lisa, you want to raise your hand back there? And Kanal and Carson. And then the two young ladies up here, the welcoming committee up here. That's Blake and Sierra. And then Kyle and Brandon are the two newest ones that have joined us as well. And so, howdy. Have a seat. And so we appreciate them being here. And we have two great speakers tonight as well. And I'll let Jana kind of give our theme of what the what this learning series is all about.
So we believe that it is important for us to help you increase your standard of living because we want to help you increase your standard of giving. The biggest thing that we want you to take away from tonight is that it is not all about you, and that investing in commercial real estate is a team contact sport. We actually help people buy, sell, and lease real estate, but with the emphasis on helping people. And we want to hopefully inspire you to be able to do the same thing. When you have the means to be able to have freedom of choice, to be able to create a life by design, we want you to do something with that. Because we have found, and we know this for a fact, and scientists back us up, that money does not buy happiness. It can certainly make you more comfortable, but in the end, the way that you can have lasting happiness is by helping other people. So as you hear these speakers, we're going to be talking a lot about numbers, etc., but we want you to be the change that you want to see in the world, and that means that you actually make a difference and that you reach out to the community and that you bring people along with you. We are one of the only companies that I know of, especially here in the Middle Tennessee area, that gives this kind of education on a consistent basis for free. And we do it because we care about you, and we really truly believe in a life of abundance, and that all ships rise with the tide. But we want you to take that then and turn around and do the same thing with other people. Can you do that for me? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for being here, and we are delighted to have you here.
And there's a lot of people here for the first time tonight, so we really appreciate that. And I'm going to have some of you introduce yourselves because this is the first time we've got the opportunity to meet you. So go for it. Yeah, we're putting you on the spot first.
He's a speaker, so you'll meet him.
Yeah, you'll meet him in a minute.
Everyone, you won't be the only person that does it. Everyone else is going to introduce themselves too.
My name's Jake Clark. I'm an agent here as well as I work in commercial real estate too. We buy medical buildings, but newer investor. I'm currently house hacking, but I want to jump into the commercial space, so just learning as much as I can.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
How about yourself?
I'm Timothy Fisher. I'm a residential real estate agent here in Williamson County, but I myself am just looking to learn more about the space of commercial and investing in that just for myself and possibly for clients. So, Timothy Fisher.
All right.
Hey guys, my name is Alex Dant, residential investor for the most part, into the commercial world now. I've been buying single families, looking at some development stuff and some other commercial stuff coming up.
Excellent. So, I know you, but I think this is the first time you've been here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Carl Kincaid with Tennessee Home Inspectors, but I'm also here personally because I have a big interest in small multifamily and trying to learn more about that. So.
All right.
Recommend Carl for inspections. He did a couple.
I do as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Right. So Willie.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Wiley.
Yeah, that's right. My name's Elliot Wiley.
Forget.
She's been here before.
I know, but no one else knows her.
I'm just doing the new people. The new people.
You
did say
Okay.
Yeah.
I see how that is.
Yeah. No, I'm the first timers. Okay, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
New ones.
Fair enough.
Sorry. But this is Chelsea, and she's awesome, just to let you know.
Okay. I was thinking she was being omitted,
Yeah.
and because
No.
I missed the memo. Apparently.
No, she's not being omitted because she
Okay.
has the best hair here. So, just to let you know. So,
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, my name's
Right.
Elliot Wiley. I guess I'm the third home inspector here.
Yeah.
I have rental properties and I want more, and I'm curious about commercial stuff. So I was nice enough to receive this invite, and here I am.
You have good hair too, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then Kelsey, we know you, but I don't know if you've been to one of our learning series before. So we'll
So
let
you're a
you.
newbie, so apparently.
Yeah.
I'm Kelsey Kinsley. I'm a commercial and residential agent.
I know you from social media.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Social media. For
Yeah.
the
And,
How about the ladies in the back?
yeah, and I know Leah back there. So
Hi, I am Leah Schnell. I'm a certified financial planner. So I'm here to learn more from my clients as well as one day for myself. I've known the Trumans for 5 or so years, and I know they're fantastic.
We
Well,
paid
thank
her
you.
to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm Jessica Schneider. I work in strategy at Ascension St. Thomas and came with Leah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. So
Well, we find it awesome that we have so many other realtors here. We actually are kind of getting the claim to fame of being the realtor's realtor. You know, when people who are realtors come to learn from us to be able to learn how to do investments in commercial real estate, that's actually one of the greatest compliments we can have. And we are happy to share that information again, because even if they do, let's do deals together. You know, let us help you, and then we'll all make lots of money.
all right. So we kick off our learning series by having one of our agents go over kind of what's happening with each segment here in Nashville. And so the lucky one today is Carson. So he's gonna give us a little market update real quick before we get to our first speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I'll just introduce myself really quick. My name is Carson Truman. I'm an agent here at SVN Excel. I'm also the youngest of Brian Truman's sons. I have 4 sons, and I am the one that bit in the business. But I've been here for about coming up on 6 or 7 months now. But let me just go ahead and start with some market updates for the quarter 3. I'll start with, I think, one of the strongest that's in here in Nashville is industrial. So industrial has the benefits of having the lowest vacancy rates of any of the segments in Nashville right now, and is also one of the most profitable with some of the highest rent growths of any of the segments as well. So when you are in such a location such as Nashville that can reach over half the country in just a day's drive, it's a no-brainer why industrial is so popular here. So, and it's ranked first nationally among the 50 largest markets in the country. So. And then on to multifamily. So I know this is one of our company's strongest suits. Brian is one of the best agents in multifamily that I know. And I know I have a little bias in saying that, but I really do think that. Yeah. Multifamily has the benefit that a lot of companies are moving their businesses out to Nashville, and so those businesses, they need their employees to live somewhere. So for non-permanent housing, multifamily is a perfect option for them. So, yeah. And it has, since Nashville's one of the largest growing states ever with one of the higher population growths, anywhere you see, there's at least 20% of the license plates I see nowadays are from out of state. So, and everyone knows the housing market is crazy, so no one can really buy a house. So people usually have no choice but to go to multifamily. So now to office. Office is an interesting one because ever since the coronavirus, it's now kind of just barely stabling out after COVID-19, but it's finally seeing some stabilization. But it is also still has the highest vacancy rate of any of the segments because with the pandemic ensuing, working from home has become more available now than ever. So offices do struggle in that area. So, but it also has the added benefit is, as I mentioned previously, that all those major companies that are moving their business out here, they require office buildings, and so the largest investors are going to be national tenants. So Retail is an interesting one as well because along the I-65 corridor, it is some of the highest growing areas in Nashville. So if you own a retail space in one of those areas, since there's so much trade and production going through those areas, it can be very profitable there. And in fact, it stays to stay above the national average as far as rent growth, as far as retail goes. So. And then one of the most interesting ones, because this is not the one of the least talked about segments in commercial real estate, is hospitality. I know Kunal is our main hospitality man. He is A. Patel by blood, so if you need hospitality, go talk to him. So, but one of the most interesting facts is there's a major hotel I know that in Nashville that's already traded twice in the past 2 years, which is unheard of for such like large luxury hotels in downtown Nashville. So. But yeah, and that's about it. So I appreciate y'all for coming out, and I hope you can enjoy the wonderful speakers that we're going to have tonight. So.
All righty, Drew. You here? I'll go over here, Drew, so you can have be close. Right. Yeah. So our first speaker tonight is Drew Pitchford, and we've known Drew for a number of years now. He's a great guy, great investor.
Year and a half, I think.
Great multifamily mind here, and so we wanted to have him come and speak and tonight, and he is going to be speaking, and we're going to be talking on and about syndication. Okay, so feel free to ask questions anytime as we're going through, and so Tommy.
Definitely
I'm sure Tommy's going to have a few questions. I have a feeling.
Because Mike was just texting him to ask him controversial stuff.
Okay, yeah. So. Anyway, so they'll probably have a few, but so Drew, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about your journey into real estate investing, multifamily, and some of all
Sure.
that.
So, well, like everybody, I went to college, did a master's degree, got an engineering degree. I'm actually still doing that. Been doing that for 8-9 years now. Started in real estate about 4 years ago. In the single family space, again, I feel like that's kind of a common thing. Bought some properties, they're doing fine. I still have them actually. But over time I realized I wanted to kind of scale this and quit with the engineering and kind of get into real estate full time. And single family didn't seem to be the way to make that work. The numbers didn't quite scale the way I wanted them to. So I started looking at multifamily, started reading more about kind of the differences between single family and multifamily, why multifamily scales better, why it kind of appeals to the engineering brain in a way, I think, at least on the underwriting side of things. And so got into that, I think, beginning of last year. Have had some, let's say, misadventures so far, I guess, with some different properties and things. I'm actually closing on my first deal in multifamily next month. It's a syndication in Jacksonville, Florida. So,
yeah. Okay.
227 units.
227. He's going big. Go big or go home. So when he decided to get in, from that standpoint. So
that's why you syndicate.
That's right. So which is what we're going to be talking about. So
exactly.
Great point. So tell us a little bit about learning about syndication. How you decided, hey, I think I want to do syndication. Because there's a lot of people here that may not even. I don't know. Has everybody heard of syndication before?
I was waiting for the definition.
That type of thing.
All right, so let's start there then.
Yeah.
So a syndication is basically a group investment. You can actually think of it as, I'm sure you've heard of a joint venture, right? You might have multiple people come together. A syndication is similar, except that you have what's called limited partners. They invest their money in the deal, but they're not actually running the deal. Their money's in, and they just sit back and collect, basically. So there's a lot more technical, legal things around that, but that's essentially what a syndication is. As far as why I got into that, because I ran out of my own money, like everybody, right? Eventually, even for myself, engineer, high paying job, wife's got a high paying job, we're making good money, but not enough to buy 200 unit properties, right? I mean, there's, I actually don't know anybody who can do that on their own. So syndication just provides you a way to, it's like an extra layer of leverage, basically. You use a bank for leverage, right, to buy a property you don't have the cash for. Well, from my perspective, the syndicator, the general partner, you can go after these bigger properties. You can bring along, it fits with you guys' theme, bringing along others with you to buy these bigger properties and, make your returns, make your profits.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So, so I know you've been in, well, maybe we can talk about on syndications, the difference between GP and what kind of the role of the GP is versus LP, because I know you've been on the LP
both.
side
Yeah,
on both. So let's kind of talk about that.
So, I kind of hinted at that, but so you have, in a syndication, you've got two different groups of partners on the deal, general partners, limited partners. As I said, limited partners are exactly what they say. They're limited in liability, limited in what they can, limited in what they should do. Technically, a limited partner could do something, but they start crossing that line. So the idea is if Brian's got a syndication going, I'm going to invest as a limited partner. Here's my $100,000, and then I sit back and wait for that mailbox money, essentially. On the general partner side, those are the guys that are actually running the deal. And when I say running the deal, I actually mean they're sourcing it, right? They're building relationships with guys like Brian, brokers, banks, debt brokers, insurance brokers, all those different kind of relationships, sourcing the property, underwriting it, doing due diligence, and then getting it closed. And then once it's closed, the part that hardly anybody talks about is actually running the asset, which is the important piece. And our second speaker, Mike, he's an asset manager, so he can, he's not going to talk about that tonight, but that's his specialty. So, he dabbles, sure. But anyways, those are the responsibilities of the general partner, right? And part of that too is the investor relations piece. So not only are you running the property, but now you have all these limited partners on this deal. You need to be communicating with them about what's happening. Is the business plan going like we expected? Are we above where we expected? Below? If we're below, why is that? So there's a lot of it's kind of investor management along with running the deal. There's a lot to it. I think the thing that maybe you should know that I didn't understand at first, and then I started figuring it out the more I studied this stuff, was like syndicating, being a general partner is not passive, right? If you're thinking of real estate as a passive investment, be an LP. That's great. And actually, that's my ultimate goal. Like, I want to generate enough profit from being a GP to just be a full-time LP. But on the general partner side, it's a lot of work. There's a lot that goes into it, as I just mentioned, and asset management being maybe the most difficult one. But that's your two different groups.
All right, so when you got ready